Hi everyone, welcome to my video of the first Dragon's Lair story dungeon run on Reviac, possibly the first run across all the servers. This is an unscripted video, so apologies if the flow isn't as well done as it can be. So over here we can actually see the starting part of the dungeon. We can't actually run down this slope. That's about as far as we can get. Had a look around the place, couldn't get the camera to rotate properly, and that's pretty much what you can see. So in this particular video, we'll go over the preparations needed to actually get to this dungeon. Now the prep itself involves the level 49 questline, and I'll go over that in a bit. Once we go over the preparations, we'll go over how to run this dungeon. Then we can go over what to avoid. There are some weird differences about how this dungeon is run. According to friend, the dungeon is actually probably the same as what they had on the previous version of the game, the Southeast Asia version of Rappelz Mobile in the past. But I'm guessing they changed some of it. We'll only be able to get a comparison once one of the players who have experienced the previous versions gets around to trying it. Then we'll cover the bugs on this map. First of all, how do we prepare for this dungeon? There is a level 49 plus questline involved, and that questline itself is fine. The problem is that it involves killing field bosses, which unfortunately is actually quite badly thought out, because the very first boss that we have to kill is Deathmate, the boss on Trainees Island. This boss on Reviac is pretty much camped quite frequently, and it's pretty much like trying to get something on a Black Friday sale item. It can be rather difficult, so it will be best if we prepare in advance. This dungeon is unfortunately gated by the questline, and the questline is gated by these field bosses, of which the worst one is Deathmate. I actually hit level 49 yesterday, but I could not get a single Deathmate in while I was actually looking at the game. So when you're about to hit level 49 or just afterwards, try and negotiate with other players in your server, maybe see if you can get a particular Deathmate spawn freed up so you don't have to wait. Then after that, it comes the, you have to do the Orc boss, Orc Lord is it? And then followed by a Prover. That's it. Now as you can see the dungeon, you just go up the hill as you've seen the play in the background. This is the, I believe, the third run, the last one. And then the dungeon is fully unlocked. Now the problem with this dungeon, the differences between this and the other dungeons is mostly in the traps. As you can see here, the monsters don't really do much damage to me, or at least it should not do that much to most players. The biggest source of damage actually comes from these environmental traps, which are not very obvious. So as you can see here, that blue glow, and before you see the ice shards and the purple glows, those deal significant damage to us. So make sure you don't actually move on top of them. Other than that, just a matter of taking out the monsters, getting to the boss, and eventually killing the boss, which ironically is rather easy compared to trying to avoid the traps. Now finally, we are going to now cover the actual bug on this map, which I hope should be fixed sometime in one of the future patches. As you probably noticed, the minimap is not aligned with the actual map itself. So we are running on the black areas of the map, while the actual map is offset. So we're not running in the middle of nowhere, we're actually running on the correct map, it's just the minimap that's showing the wrong thing. Now, as you can see here, these are my current equipment and stats. Well, if you like this video, please consider tapping the like and subscribe buttons below. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments below. Thank you for watching. Have an awesome day.